Excuse me, am I allowed to swear?
What publication is this?
The name is Punkcast.
Yeah.
Like podcast, but punk with punk.
Punkcast, I like that.
All
Is it
right.
big? Like, we're going to be silly. Is that wrong?
It's the last interview.
You should keep it rolling because this is all the cream.
Are you
man.
rolling? Are you rolling
You're
right
getting
now?
cream right here.
Cream means good stuff.
Yeah.
Is this next generation? Oh, we are mature.
This
We
is
are
like getting to be like
responsible.
sleepover funny. You know what sleepover funny
You
is?
just can't stop laughing.
It's exactly-
It just, once you
that's-
start, you
that's-
can't
that's
stop.
sleep- okay.
And that doesn't happen in your 50s.
It doesn't.
No.
But when you get sleepover funny, you're fucked.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the level of your Spanish?
0. So, but
Zero?
just go with me
Oh.
on this.
You're rolling, right? You're rolling, right?
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, so,
I might
I'm
have
so
to go.
sorry. It's
You know
not,
what? I should go.
You should go.
Yeah.
Get out
No,
of here.
no,
bro.
I am so sorry about this.
No.
I think
Don't be sorry.
we have not had a lot of sleep. Okay, so I knew we were going back. So just let me understand that I do understand Spanish a little bit. I knew you were trying to say what is different than back then. And I don't think we're trying. Look, I'm going to take my glasses off for you since we just laughed like little children, and I apologize, but that honestly doesn't happen anymore. What happens now is life gets so difficult and you harden and you have so much pain and sorrow and grief in your life. This man lost his mother and his father within 29 days. So he's sitting here laughing with me. And it's silly to you and it's silly to, but we're 33 years in. He just lost both his parents. And here we are in Mexico City and we're laughing. And we're laughing because we're tired. And we're laughing because we're so happy to be here. And to be happy to be here with all of you who want to ask us questions. And I really did want to try to answer you in Spanish, but I don't want you to judge him or myself for the laughter because it's kind of the first thing you lose when you start to harden. So what's different? That was your question? Is that you're not as free as you used to be. There's not this youth inside of you anymore. You've learned things. You've learned what is wrong about so many, and you've seen so many go the wrong way, and you've lost friends to death, you've lost friends to alcohol and drugs, and you've lost friends to bad decisions and victimizing themselves. We live in a victim culture where we come from. It's addictive. Everybody's going after everybody because they couldn't be who they wanted to be, which was just a surface value of nothing. And remember, the humans is about the truth. And it's not us to dictate what the truth is. We are all insecure, vulnerable human beings as artists. But to sit here and laugh with the man, as silly as it seems, that might be my favorite moment of this whole entire trip. And that's because there's so much fucking sorrow going on right now that to sit here and giggle like 12-year-olds at a sleepover, I can't buy that. I can't put it in a pill. I can't find it in therapy. There's no self-help book that's going to teach it to me. And I'm going to slow down because I understand you don't understand English so much, so I apologize.
No,
but
no,
you
I
kind of get what,
understand.
yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And that's Remember the Humans. Evan and I met him when I was 16. And I declared to him and others that I want to do this with them, you know? I want to be a part of their lives and I want to make music with them. That's what we've done as a band. And that's what Social Scene sort of is a choice. It's not a decision, it's a choice. Those are two distinctly different things.
Yes, I understand. It's interesting. I'm so sorry for Ivan.
No, I know, but thank you. At the same time, you just, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but we just started giggling like 8-year-olds. And, to lose his parents so recently and to lose both of them within 29 days and to giggle like you're having a sleepover watching a Monty Python movie, that's the reason people take drugs. It's the reason they go on antidepressants. It's the reason they sit in therapy and say, why aren't I? Why don't I? Why isn't it? And that little moment right there, I'll take that moment with me for months because I won't feel that again. I'm not going to feel it tomorrow. I'm not going to feel it next week.
Well, I wish you will.
I wish you will, and I wish you will.
More frequently.
But we don't. We don't live in a time where...
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
Because we are full of problems.
Problems, fear,
Yes.
wars, identity wars. Identity war is all the wars we're in right now. I mean, I talk too much anyways. I overtalk. I'm an overspeaker. I overdrink, I oversmoke, I overeat. I'm getting way better at it because I'm older. And age just slows you down. But music it's a way to communicate without all the noise, which is hilarious because if you turn it up loud and you hit the distortion pedal and you go for the feedback, it's a very freeing feeling. Anger inside music is one of the greatest things ever. But music, it helps you. It forms your identity. It builds boundaries inside your own versions of what soundtracks you want to have to explain who you are, because you can't neurologically get your brain to get towards your vocal cords to do so. It's the lonely human's greatest ally. It's the one who wasn't raised right. It's greatest ally. Everyone's a victim of a victim. These are things that I say when I'm running on empty. My friend Andy Kim taught me that. My life is filled with quotes from other people because that's an education. Music, that's a neurological lifeline. And if you trace it all the way back and realize what plagiarism means, plagiarism is hope. In this whole conversation with AI and everyone's afraid AI is coming in, it's taking over and all this stuff, melody is hope. If the robots master melody and bring hope and have people turn around, people who just walk through this earth without making music their soundtrack, but they happen to hear a song, are we going to argue that that's wrong? If that song actually helps them get through a difficult time or make a different decision, is it because a human didn't make that melody that we're going to say, well, fuck that, man. You're an idiot for listening to that. No, man, it's music. The robots are going to take it over. We were robots ourselves, and how we neurologically took it in. We don't have to. There's no need for us to make AI music because we have so much music inside of ourselves.
Yes.
That's just the human way. And then I think people, the reason everyone's going to live shows and live shows are selling out and live shows are doing so well is because people want to go to church, man. They want to go to church. They want to be singing. That's what your country is. Your whole fucking country is song. The Mexican people remind me of the Irish and the idea that you believe in music more than most countries in this world. Song to you is what drives your people. There's no AI fucking app that's going to replace the spirit of who you are ever. Now, we can have a lot of conversations about it and waste all our fucking time. Excuse me, am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
I haven't been swearing at all, so I will slow down a bit.
Okay.
Because
don't worry.
it's been a long day, and this is mezcal, and this is my first mezcal, and it's
Cheers.
really my second.
Cheers. So
cheers, but no, I just want to say, you don't replace spirit, but you can replace melody. People are making a living off doing it and doing it well. That's how they're making a living off it. But also, I think you could look at a lot of streamers who fund films, who give millions of dollars to cinema, where we sit and watch them now. We used to call it, in my day, straight to video, but now you call it a streamer's video, film, and they have hundreds of millions of dollars. Prime, Netflix, all these people, and they make spiritless films, and their scripts are standard scripts that come from a book called Save the Cat that everybody who ever wanted to be in cinema read that book to understand what a beginning and a middle and an end means. But what a beginning and a middle and an end means within truth has nothing to do with the caper about two brothers who try to come together and shoot up a whole entire fucking community. The story never changes. Good cop, bad cop.
It's like a template.
The template has taken over the mainstream of art, but not in music. And also sometimes not in cinema. But wherever there's money, there's advertising. And whenever there's advertising, there's corporations that are producing what we take in. And they want a standard midnight run. And they want midnight run again and again and again and again. It's Watson and Sherlock. It's Murtaugh and Riggs. It's John and Paul, you know? These things are a very male-driven, chauvinistic way of how we are supposed to exist within art. And it's fucking boring. And thank God for someone like Harry Styles or Taylor Swift who takes over the mainstream and redefines it and makes it into all kinds of androgyny or gender or whatever. They just take it into the point of they want to make art about people. And I've listened to that new Harry Styles song a few times as a indie rock middle-aged guy in his 50s, and I love it. I adore it. I remember when Fred again put a song out called Deep Dive. I'm deep diving. It was the pandemic. Not many people knew of him. Maybe they did, but in my world they didn't. And my friend India played me that song, and it gave me an emotion of a teenager who missed his high school dance where he was going to dance with the one that he could never be with, but he had a chance with. And not many musicians are doing that. And to see someone like Fred again go out there and work with someone who can sell out a whole entire country if they want to do a show, that gives me hope. You know, I went and saw Taylor Swift because someone invited me, and I thought, yeah, okay, I know probably 3 or 4 songs. Well, I knew 26 songs. And I had the time of my life. And the crowd, though rich and though privileged, which is something we still have to deal with, and we will, it was beautiful. And I was moved by that and the idea that I never made it into the mainstream. I didn't want to, but of course now that I'm old, I wish I did. But you got to be careful what you wish for, because we are who we are through what we do. And when you want something else, it's really just a waste of time. Just enjoy what you have. But I'm happy with the mainstream musically. I'm just not happy with the mainstream when it comes to breathing and real estate and film. You can't control it, and you have to let it go. It's the fucking worst, and it's the hardest thing to do, but the results are the greatest. So I think compromise, Charles Spearin, who I love dearly, he speaks of this word compromise as 2 different versions. You know, there's compromise where the boat sinks, and there's compromise where they all come together to keep the boat from not sinking. And compromise is something that is an extremely powerful word for the individual. And that's what this band is sort of based on, in the aspect that it's not about one, it's about all. And everyone's a lead singer in this band, and as aggravatingly hard as it is in a middle-class indie rock band to keep that going, it would be disrespectful to the truth of who we were if we tried to change it. So we're kind of locked into this photo album. The handcuffs that we wear are also the capes that keep us flying, excuse me. It's very silly that I just made that analogy, but I need you to know that true art happens through collaboration. And there's incredible solo artists, but they collaborate. Whether they credit their collaboration, that's fucking on them. I don't need to spend time in that world of stolen credit, but I will guarantee you that most things that you love, that you've listened to, all of you here who've spent this night way too long, we've gone way over on this press junket, and I'm so sorry. It's not my fault. Maybe a little, but you love it because of the collaboration, and you don't know most of the time. Most great collaborators are quiet and in the background, but collaboration is what I think will keep this world going, that will keep art going, and will keep the general idea of honesty within how to live going. Yep. Eventually you have to get it out of your back pocket. My friend Gord taught me, try to keep it in your back pocket as long as you can because it's yours, but once you take it away and release it from your back pocket, it's everybody else's. And that song, I'm so grateful to the band and to everyone working with us, all the labels, that they said, yeah, let's make that the first one to go, because you never know what you're writing about. I mean, some songwriters do, some don't. I'm part of the some don't. You figure it out after. But that song is about giving up. It is about saying, okay, I'm out of here. It is about doing a sense of suicide to yourself, but then continuing forward. Sometimes the only way to go on is to say, I'm done. And I think that, for me, was what I was trying to capture. But at the same time, I don't ever want to dictate to anyone what some song's about or how they're supposed to feel or whatever. Broken Social Scene has a wonderful way, I think, within the voices of so many, because there's so many voices in this band, which I'm so grateful for, and tons of female voices in the aspect of, I'm a man sitting here talking about the band, but we wouldn't be as successful as we were if it wasn't for Feist, if it wasn't for Emily Haynes, Amy Milan, Lisa Lobster, singer, Ariel Engel. We have Hannah Georges on this record. We have our friend Jill Harris on this record. We've always surrounded ourselves with forces. And in that aspect, I think, again, you have a responsibility to being truthful in your work, but at the same time, you want people to dictate whatever song you're singing to bring it into their life and make it make sense for them and what they think it means. When I get asked, because of social media now, you always have to explain what you're doing or show what you're doing, and it's a shame, and it will go away, but for now, it's the jukebox of how you keep going and how you distribute yourself. That being said, the explanation really is up to the individual and not up to us. Why would we want to alienate someone when we're not writing about songs about how it didn't work out and, oh my God, I love you? And we have solo records to go speak about divorce. Social Scene's about just trying to get through it and trying to make it through these times. And on that note, can I get one last question for you? Because these two lovely human beings have been here way too long.
Yes, I understand.
And I'm going to have to send them some serious flowers and banana cake. And are you cheesecake? I know you're banana. You're cheese, aren't you? Gluten-free. Keto?
No, I just don't like cheese, but
I don't like cheese either. I don't know why I said cheese.
any other type of bread is fine.
Okay, really? We're going to get you a nice French stick. No,
Oh.
hey, Amanda, second, then the call, but keep going. Call's coming out.
Yes,
It's
yes.
third. We're going to the second one. But don't worry, let's talk about the call.
Go
Yes.
out with the call.
Okay, let's go.
It's because, yes, it's okay.
The Call was a song. Andrew Whiteman, huge player in this band, as they all are, really wanted to have a song of his. David Newfeld, the producer, who we returned with. I've done so many, I'm not sure if we spoke about him, but we returned with our OG original, successful producer. Mm-hmm. We've worked with so many amazing people, but it was really lovely to go back to Newf. And Newf and Andrew went in the studio and they pounded this one out. And slowly they started to present it to people, and slowly more people came on board. And what they did was they opened it up for all of us to have different interpretations of it. But really, to be very fast with you, it's a song that is, maybe my second favorite on the record, because I have such love for Whitey, Andrew Whiteman, we call him Whitey. And I have such love for his cadence and his voice. And I love the idea that without knowing it, we were singing about skin and bones. We were singing about being available to be called up to be heard. None of us lyrically sat in the room and said, here's what we're going to sing about. And Andrew really set the bar when that song started to fly around. And to have Apostle of Hustle made their first record. They made it in Hamilton and then they took it to David Newfeld. So there was a return to Newfeld and Andrew that had a huge history. And Charlie decided he wanted to put a Where the Streets Have No Name moment in with keys. And I was just so grateful to be a witness to see this thing happen. But when you come to the core emotion of what the call is about, it's not my song to speak about. But I was so enamored about how he was speaking about being a human. And how that's what we were all singing about in this band at this particular time. And how we were kind of in sync with each other, even though we never checked with each other's notes. We never sent, the binders of what we felt to each other. So do you like the song, The Call? Did you enjoy?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I do too. And I think it's one of the most important aspects to being part of a band is to appreciate other people's work. And again, I'm not on that track. And one of the great things about this album is back in the day, we all needed to be a part of everything. And now we don't. We just want to make sure everything that people are doing is cool. And this record is a lot of people's individual contributions. It's also band contributions. And it's just about making something that we hope is great for the people, not for ourselves.